The MLB Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Edge Boost. Thank you for better. Sign up today. You just bet. Procure SGPN. When you do sign up, you get a free Refs Terrorist t-shirt. Claim your shirt at sportsgambling.com/refs. And welcome everybody to the MLB Gambling Podcast here on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. It is currently Wednesday, June 11th. It is 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Our host is Scott Reichel. Once again, joined by Adam Rosenberg. Together, we're going to break down the props that we have for the Wednesday card. Adam, how's it going with you? What's up?
It's good. I'm about to sneeze. Thought I was. Maybe I will.
Okay.
No, it's gone. I'm good. I did not. That felt better than some of the props have been. My props have been terrible.
Is that like a magic trick? I'm going to sneeze and now it's going to disappear.
Yeah, into boogies.
Yeah.
I had like a mediocre card right now. Last time we got that Scott, which became a sweat, which wasn't supposed to be a sweat.
Well, because Helsley blew the game again, but it
completely blew the game. Sides and totals have been good, but I'm ready to get back on this horse. I'm just putting in a couple sides right now that I like. While this happens, those would be pretty gross, but I'm ready to do it. Let's Well,
you know what they call me on the show now, right?
What do they call you?
I'm Mr. 1-1-1. That's what they call me on the show.
They do. That's like you're like Pitbull. Like, you know, he's like Mr. Worldwide, Mr. 305. Yeah. You're Mr. Local 111.
Pretty much, yeah. I ended up, of course, picking a player who didn't play. What else is new? Kelly got there in strikeouts, and then I lost the other play. But Tavares, I still like the price at a plus 130. He just ended up sitting for the game. But either way, ended up going 1-1-1 again. So there you go. It's worse than, I guess, fully losing, but it is what it is. Anyway, time to move on into the props that we have for the Wednesday card. A reminder, though, if you do want to check out all of the SGPN content in one easy location, check out the SGPN app. Free to download. You get all your free picks, podcasts with the Stanley Cup, College Baseball World Series, and NBA Finals on the SGPN app. Get wherever you do, get your apps. Moving on, though, to the actual plays that we have for the Wednesday card. Adam, I'm going to let you go first. What's going to be your first prop for the Wednesday card?
I'm going to jump right into a little bit of a controversial figure right now. Like, I'm backing a player with a ERA in June of 30.86.
Is that bad?
Well, depends. But we'll see how it goes. If it goes well, it wasn't bad. If it goes poorly, it was very bad. Jesus Luzardo under 2.5 earned runs, and allow me to make this case right here. So he's had been terrible in June. He had a bonkers terrible start against the Brewers, which I think was a pitch tipping situation. And then after that, he had a bad start against Toronto, where his normal catcher, who is JT Realmuto, was scratched like right before. So his velocity has not gone down. His break has not gone down. He does not have any structural damage. I think that this is a solid bounce back spot for him and a good day game start. As I'm looking, he has a ton of strikeouts during day games, but I didn't want to take his strikeouts. I think it's either a shove either way, but my big thing on this is that the Cubs against lefties are able to do contact. They're just not able to get the ball home a lot. Only one in the last 8 games against left-handed starters have the Cubs gone over 2.5 earned runs. It was Lodolo, and I actually think Luzardo is better than Lodolo. I know that people don't, that might be controversial, but I think he is. So I think this was a blip with Luzardo, under 2.5 earned runs. And then you're going to say there's a lot of ways that it gets there, but I think this is a good bounce back spot at home at 1 p.m. against the Cubbies for Jesus Luzardo.
Yeah, so
who has great history against this team.
Coincidentally, really I also have Luzardo play, but I'm going to be fading him in some degree. But it is not a full fade. In theory, we both could actually win. Yep. You mentioned the last point that I will definitely start with. The Cubs do make contact against lefties. The issue is they tend to not generate many runs, but I do think you're looking at a good spot for the Luzardo over 5.5 hits allowed. First of all, it's plus 120, which is a price that I just really like for a guy that has an ERA of 30 in the month that he's in. But you're looking at him allowing 9+ hits in 3 straight. He's allowed at least 8 hits in 3 of his last 4 home games, and the Cubs are also averaging 9 hits per game, which does rank second in the league. You mentioned that Luzardo might be dancing in and out of trouble in the start, and I do think the Cubs can get guys on base. 5.5 hits allowed, though, for a guy that's just been getting shelled for the last couple outings. Yes, I know you mentioned what might have been a pitch tipping situation, that there was a catcher being scratched, but still, the Cubs' offense are objectively speaking solid. at generating contact, and I think Luzardo can give up contact as well. Even if he ends up going distance, he can go 6 innings, still give up 6 hits, and we're fine. So I do think there's a couple ways to get there, even if he does pitch well in this game. Give me the Luzardo over 5.5 hits allowed at plus 120 as my first play there. I do want to ask you, though, for your second prop, what do you like?
I thought you were going to swerve there. Well, hold on. Let me address a couple things in these comments. Somebody turned their own double play. Good. DPs have been a little bit cool for me, but I'm going to try. Got to get back on the horse. As you guys know, we are relatively good at this, so we'll see. But we also, do you want to fade us? That's your own thing. One more point on Luzardo. He gave up 9 hits in a game where he only gave up 200 or 300 runs too. So against the Athletics. So I completely see this getting there. I see my boy DJ saying thoughts on Ben Brown over 5.5 Ks, Chad Patrick over 15.5 pitching outs. I like Chad Patrick. I think that look, if you tailed the play on Monday, you don't really need any action on that Brewers game because we took the Brewers to win the series at plus 130. They are now 1-1. So technically you have whatever that is for a unit. I don't mind Chad Patrick. I'd have to look at it. Look, and Schwellenbach, the Braves need to get innings out of everybody. Ben Brown, former Phillies prospect, so they know him pretty well. So I'm not totally sure. I think that you might not be in for a good one. I have to see what the head is. But all right, the second play that I'm seeing for this. By the way, Brewers are plus 120, so we got value on the entire thing by doing this. I'm going to go with a guy who we used to fade a lot, Eduardo Rodriguez. He's back and he's bad, but hopefully not that bad today. Over 5.5 Ks at plus 125. Seattle, as I like to say, is a turnstile. And they are even worse against lefties. This team has struck out in their last 6 games against a left-handed starter. 11, 10, 8, 11, or against left-handed pitching within a game, and a lot of these are the starters. 11, 10, 8, 11, 11, 11. That's bad. Erod was hurt for a while. He was blowing by really good K stuff earlier in the season. It's not as much his form, which I think is rounding back in. It's a
matchup thing.
It's a really good matchup. And I know this ties into one of your plays. So I'll take it plus money, Erod, to get to 6 Ks in a nice getaway day game. So it's a plus 125 to win a unit.
Yeah, in Seattle, besides the fact that they have been striking out a ton, they have kind of cooled off in terms of runs. I know Raleigh's trying to carry the team by himself, but the point is
he's not like he's good, but he's not. People are like he's MVP.
I mean his average is too low for MVP.
That's 230.
Correct. No. The point is though, for the home runs, when you're surrounded by guys who just have a hard time generating RBIs, and you're doing all the heavy lifting, you look elite by comparison when it comes down to the RBI stuff. But the point is that Seattle's offense has really not been doing much lately. It's why the Astros overtook them in the AL West. It's because the offense was kind of cooling down. So there was a chance Erod doesn't even need the monster strikeout inning. In theory,
he doesn't need to go 5. This is a really low number for a dude who was like, I mean, look what he was doing earlier in the season. Like he has a 12, a 9, a 10. It's fine. Like he had, I'm fine with this. And it's just everybody's getting strikeouts against the Mariners. Yeah.
But I was saying, in theory, he could have a decent strikeout game and go 5 or 6 innings, and you're still good anyway. So there's a couple ways to get there too. But I know we ended up fading the Mariners offense. We took Kelly strikeouts, who got there easily. I think he ended up with 7. So
I laddered it.
Yeah, once again, it's a risky proposition taking Erod, but it's a good spot fading Seattle, who
it's a low number. It's a very, very low number.
It's a low number against an offense that's been striking out a ton. So I do like it.
Just to give you an idea, like Brandon Pfaadt gave up 9 hits and still struck out 4 guys. And I don't think how do you give up? He pitched 5 innings. He gave up 9 hits and he still struck out 4 and 2 home runs. So that was and I think that Erod's a little bit pretty much better than Pfaadt right now. So yeah, we gotta take this. So.
Well, the numbers for Erod against Pfaadt have been skewed lately because Pfaadt gave up 9 runs with no outs. So his numbers are a bit skewed.
No, yesterday is what I mean. I mean, yeah.
I'm saying that too, but I'm saying recent stats. You had the Pfaadt Infinity ERA game against the Nationals,
that was fun.
which we had the over on, which was pretty fun too. But yeah, so I don't mind that too. Before I get into my second prop, though, for the Wednesday card, a reminder that we brought to Edge because the first ever bank for bettors, ensuring that our transactions are approved gambling related, no usage fees, no minimums, catch rewards as well. 100% approval for all betting deposit time today. Edge.bet per code SGPN. And once again, if you sign up this week, you'll get a Refs for Terrorists t-shirt for free. Go to sportsgamblers.com/refs to claim your free shirt. We're also brought to you by Circa because they are still hosting their Ultimate Fantasy Bowl giveaway because they are giving away the Ultimate Fantasy Bowl experience for a 12-person league to draft in Vegas and Trailer VIPs for your stay. Get a limo ride from the airport, a 5K tab for stadium swim, and a hotel stay for you and your 11 league mates. And a reminder, you could always get 15% off everything at the Circa properties for the promo code SGP15. Enter the Ultimate Fantasy Bowl contest for free by going to sportsgamblers.com or Circa, the sportsgamblers.com/CIRCA. Welcome back, everyone, to the MLB Gambling Podcast. Finished going through the first couple props that we have for the Wednesday card. Time to move on into my second prop for the show. Going to be the same game, and I guess the same concept, but I'm going to be fading an individual hitter for Seattle. Don't want to trust Erod entirely, but I'll trust the guy who might only get 2 plate appearances in the entire game. And the point is he might get benched if Erod ends up getting pulled pretty early onto this game. Give me Dylan Moore, under half a hit here, -115. He's always been viewed as being a lefty specialist. That's why his plate appearances have not been that great. However, whenever he does bat, he's basically a free out for the opposition. You know the bingo cards? You have the free space in the middle? That's been Dylan Moore over the last, I'd say, couple weeks. As
we talked about this last night. It's like a really, really good fade Dylan Moore spot.
And once again, if Erod actually does struggle, though, and he gets pulled after, let's say, 3 innings, there's a chance Moore only faced him 1 time because you're looking at Erod, who's a lefty. Moore only basically plays against lefties, or at least that's what he was known for, being a lefty specialist. And he's been worse against lefties this season, so I don't really know what his role is going to be. But he's had 0 hits in 9 straight. He's had less than 4 plate appearances in 9 straight games, so he gets pinch hit for all the time. And he's also not had a hit in 5 straight games against Arizona, but Moore has been really bad. I believe he has 0 hits in. I want to pull it up because I know that is. I got it. So handygrass.com, everybody, go to that. But 30 plate appearances in his last 30 plate appearances against left-handed pitching, he is batting 111. He's got a BABIP of 250. Yeah.
His K rate is 50%, and his called strike whiff rate is 39.7. I think that this is going to be and I think he's got bad history against him too.
He's 2 for 9 with 2 doubles.
Okay. So it's going to be
below 250. That's fine.
I think that he looks like a first plate appearance K to me, don't you? I mean, and then like last 5, you look at his last 5 games, Dylan Moore. Let's go to the last 10. Last 10 overall. This is great. 0 for 16. An expected batting average of 0.053, 65% K rate.
Yeah.
That's
so
impossible.
2/3 of the time he steps to the plate, he's striking out.
A -75 WRC plus.
That's actually very tough to do.
This is incredible.
And I do want to point out, by the way, I actually looked it up. Do you want to guess the odds on 1 strikeout by Dylan Moore today?
-540.
That was -360.
Oh, really? Okay, then we're getting some value.
It's 360.
Let me look.
I haven't seen odds like that since Joey Gallo. It's been a long time. -360 for 1 strikeout. It's crazy.
He's +160 to do it twice. I know that we should.
It was 165 last night for DraftKings. I understand it.
So, okay, but in 4 of his last 5 games against lefties, he's had 2 strikeouts.
See, I understand it. The argument, though, is if Erod gets pulled, does he get lifted as soon as Erod comes out?
I think they're going to match him up and jam him.
They might. The point, though, is that Moore's been batting against everybody, so I don't know how many plate appearances he's going to have in this game.
I don't know. I'm with you on this, though, either way.
That's the pushback for the 2+ strikeouts, but I think first plate appearance strikeouts definitely the way I'd go about it.
Yeah, let's do first, because you can't get both.
Yeah.
Let's do first plate appearance strikeout, and let's definitely do – we're taking no hit?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I was going no hit -115.
It's -105 on DraftKings, right?
Oh, it was -115 overnight. So
that's fine that they don't know what we know.
Cool. There you go. He stinks.
He stinks.
That's what we know. All right, so I'll go with the fade there. We've so far, both our plays have been from the same games. So we're going to try to spread out a little bit more. Adam, I'm going to ask you about your final play. What is going to be your third play for the show?
Zach Eflin over 5.5 Ks at plus 142. I realize that he is not a K pitcher, but he
goes distance. That counts.
Goes distance. 6 and 7 his last 2 starts. Pretty much every right-handed pitcher also gets their K prop against the Tigers. I will go through some names of some nobodies who've done it. Everybody on the White Sox. So Shane Smith, Sean Burke, Cannon, Ben Brown, Talon, Cade Horton all went over their K props. Only one right-handed pitcher has not gone over the K prop against the Tigers since May 31st, and only 2 since May 24th. So it's 4.5. You might see a lot of folks out there who are going to say, well, take the 4.5 and minus 150. And I saw someone did that, I think, with a couple batters yesterday. Don't ever do that. Just take the alt, because like if you're telling me that the margins are so thin on your K prop that you can only handle, you're willing to lay that much for that. The guy's going over his K prop. We think he's having a game.
If the guy needs 6 Ks to get there and it's minus 150, you're not picking him to finish with exactly.
You're not getting any edge on this. I think that this is a solid, like, I mean, yeah. So his numbers at 4.5. I think he could get 6. I think he could probably get 6 or 7 pretty easily. The plus 142 is a great number for this. So Zach Eflin over 5.5 Ks plus 142 to win 1 unit.
Yep. So for my play, I'm going to go with a hitter prop. I'm going to go back to our boy, Victor Scott. I'm going to take the under half inning again.
Our guy
at minus 105. It's a great spot to fade him. He had a hit yesterday. Congratulations. I'm proud of him. He still had 0 hits in 11 of his last 13. He's been really bad. He's also had 0 hits in 6 of his last 7 home games, and the Blue Jays have a pretty weird pitching situation today where Turnbull,
Lauer's playing.
Your boy,
pitching, right?
Yeah, Lauer is, but he's not starting. It's going to be Turnbull, who's a righty. Apparently, they're going to be using some type of piggyback situation. Turnbull, that was reverse splits, is actually better against lefties, but you are looking at what might happen here. Lauer's going to come in at some point. Scott has 59 plate appearances against lefties this season, a 176 batting average. So there is a chance that Turnbull face him once or twice. They bring Lauer in. Does Scott get benched as soon as Lauer comes into the game?
No.
I don't think so. But he might go
the switch for him is
Velarde.
What's his name? Who?
Velarde might be Velarde, whatever.
Yeah, who's been terrible.
He stinks. He's awful, but he's a righty. I saw them pitch him for Gorman though the other day, so I don't know. But
they have a game tomorrow, so I don't think so.
I'm just throwing out an idea there. The point is, he's been bad against everybody. He's also bad in day games, if you want to factor that in too. But the fact that you are using a really weird piggybacking situation, and Scott's been especially worse against lefties this season, there is a chance that maybe they decide to get a little bit cute and maybe pull him after 2 plate appearances or so. Might pull him anyway because he's been really bad. But I don't mind Scott here for the under hits. He's our guy. He's been really bad. The only issue is you tend to have to sweat out at least 1 ground ball infield single every start because everything he hits is
I like the whole thing.
He's terrible.
People generally will say I'm afraid of a bullpen game because of this. Bullpen games are fantastic for unders because I don't think people realize that
there's a lot of there's a lot of matching and stuff
exactly.
Like that.
It's built on matchup and it's fresh arms the entire way. So oh, cool. Someone broke into my Facebook account. All right. That's cool.
Did it tell you what country the person's from?
Well, I just got like an Instagram code to Authy that sent to me. That means somebody tried to log into my account.
I got that from, what was it, Brazil a couple months ago? Yeah,
it's usually from Brazil.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, yeah, no, I like this play. I like Dylan Moore, though, a lot. I think I might go heavy on Dylan Moore. I'm trying to decide. I think we only want to do, well, we'll figure it out. But I like both of these plays.
Yeah, and Victor Scott's been really bad for the last couple weeks in general. I think the matchup's pretty good too, but Victor Scott was a guy who was really bad last year. We faded him all the time last year. He had a great start to the season, and people thought, maybe this guy's figured it out. Or maybe he just had himself a very nice month or two, and he's actually not that good of a hitter. So I'll go with Victor Scott once again. Might have to sweat out a ground ball or two. Guy hustles down the line, but I think it's a good price for a guy that has 0 hits in 11 of his last 13. So I'll go with that as my third play. Now it's time for the Adam miscellaneous prop section.
It's also both of us.
It could be the daily DP. Could be a guy for
I think we're gonna
strikeouts. You can go with whatever you want.
I'm not going to be afraid of the DPs. We're gonna do it. We got time too, guys. So first of all, miscellaneous props. We're definitely going to take when it comes up. I think we want Dylan Moore first strike.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Let me take a look and see if there's anybody else who would probably want for a we're going to probably be identifying as a good first thing. Robbie Ray gets Colorado. This will probably be a good one. Who's he better against, lefties or righties? It doesn't matter. Let's take a look on this. For you guys that are like, what is he looking at? I'm looking at my site, and you guys can all use my site. I don't care. K percentage. I need somebody. Give me somebody greater than or equal to 30. And give me Colorado. All right, I think we want Keston Hura.
Okay.
Keston Hura, actually, I think maybe Jordan Beck to open the game with the strikeout.
Leadoff strikeout.
They all strike out.
They're all bad. It's Colorado.
Who's this other guy? Ryan Ritter? Who's this guy?
New guy. Plays shortstop.
Does he stink?
I mean, he fits right in with the rest of the team. I barely seen him. I think he looks okay.
Colin Cowser's striking out a lot too. For everybody who's all, I think Keston Hura is our guy. 42% K rate in his last 10 games.
I think he's
got a 50% K. I mean, he might not even play. He's about to 8. Yeah, we want Keston Hura.
He's the definition of a 4A guy. Guys bounced around, dominating the AAA, and then struggling in the majors.
I see Trevor saying, I'm going to fire on Rays under 7.5K. Like, that's fine. I mean, I don't know if he gets to the K. I like this under hits, but like, I don't know. There's not enough of an edge really for me to fire on either that. But there's the definite edge on him for first plate appearance K against this. That's the other thing, guys. Like, you don't have to some things you don't have to just bet just to bet it. Like, there's this whole K-props don't do well there. Like, Colorado is terrible. So I do like them today.
So they don't have to do well. We just need one plate appearance from one bad hitter for a strikeout.
Right. Let me see. Okay, so now let's try to find ourselves. Let's find ourselves a DP. Oh, is Kyle Friedland going?
Yes, he is.
And they're going against the Giants?
Yep. Unfortunately, Chapman's out though, and he's relatively slow.
Oh, he was like the ground into DP.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it's unfortunate he's on the IL. So
that stinks. I think then we're probably gonna go with I think I might go with the Marlins.
Okay, it's Quantrill. Let's pitch
It
contact.
Is Cal. I think. Yeah, I think we're gonna go with. So the Rockies are the number one team for inducing double plays the last couple weeks. The Tigers have been really good at it. The White Sox have been pretty good at it. Who's been hitting into a bunch? I think this is here. Oh, the last 15 games. Let's see. Almost don't know if I want Seattle or this. I might take. Who's pitching for the White Sox?
Isn't it Burke?
It is Burke. Let's see. Pitching, all teams, White Sox, expanded.
Actually, I don't mind Burke that much.
He doesn't induce a lot of. This is a couple. I need a guy. Give me a guy who. Let me just look at the major thing. Who is inducing ground balls like it's nobody's business? That's the way to do this. So we go to starters. We're going to do this. DP enthusiast. What is that? What are they laughing at? I don't know what he's laughing about. Oh,
I'm assuming DP enthusiast.
Oh yeah. That's always funny. Card. Yeah. Okay, so then maybe it's going to be David Peterson's not a bad one here.
Okay. Is Hendricks?
Oh, you know who'd be good?
Decent at it.
Everybody on the Angels is decent at it.
I just assume because Hendricks also does not really strike out many guys. So I thought
the Astros ground into the Astros ground into a ton of them is the thing. But I just want to see who else is I just want to see if anything matches with, because you want a ground ball pitcher who's also going to walk some dudes, and that is basically Peterson.
Like a Casey Mize pitch.
It's not bad for Casey. Casey Mize isn't that bad.
You walk four guys.
Casey Mize isn't bad. I mean, I think Baltimore wins this game running away. Let's do Littell's pretty good at this. Hold on. Let's see. I think the Yankees doing it more? Yeah, you know what? Let's do Bubik's not that bad at this. Let me just look. Now I'm going to look at the pricing. I know that my first look was like, hey, I think the Marlins turn one. So if that one's like straight up great, let's just like take it and see. Looking at price, it's all going to be price dependent. Oh, well, they're minus 135 already. So that's a parlay piece. Who else did we say we liked? We liked Bubik to turn one.
I mentioned Hendricks. We talked about potentially the Astros fading because they hit into a lot of them.
Peterson's good at turning them too. So let's see. Peterson's a good ground ball guy. Mets 125. I don't hate that. I don't hate the Mets to turn one at minus 125 against
the Nationals.
Against the Nationals. And then let me just see one last one on Bubic. Because we're going to go with one because we've been getting kind of slammed. The Royals return is minus 110. I think my favorite one probably right now has to be, I like that Mets one.
Okay.
Because I know that the Nats are starting to hit into more and they're not hitting into them. So I think that I like the Mets minus 120. Let's do that. Final answer. Mets minus 125 for them to turn a double play.
All right. I know that's going to wrap it up for the Adam Miscellaneous section. Time to move on into the best bets and the Underdog Fantasy entry. Before we get into that, the reminder, they're brought to you by our sponsor, Underdog Fantasy, because you can go along for the May Finals because that's what Underdog's doing. With extender bonus, hop in game one. The longer the series goes, the bigger the bonus gets. When you sign up, though, for your new account, use the promo code MLB SGPN to get a special pick and a first time with an offer up to $1K in bonus cash on fantasy promo code MLB SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm because they just dropped a game-changing feature called Power Trends. They are AI detected patterns. Rhythm's models have consistently one of a high ROI. They're exclusive to Rhythm, so they're updated every day. So check it out. No touts, no noise, just clean data-backed picks. Download the map, check out Power Trends, start betting smarter, and also try it out for free for a week by using the 7-day free trial. Go to sportsgamepodcast.com/RATHMM. We're also brought to you by MyBookie. Who's Bookie?
MyBookie.
MyBookie is the place for every sport. They have the NBA Finals, they have the NHL playoffs, they have baseball, they have UFC. If you want to look at fading Team USA and international friendlies for soccer, you can do that too.
Remember we had them. We had them in a parlay that died at both teams to score, and that when you put that in, I was like, I don't think that's happening.
I mean, they gave up 4 goals in the first 35 minutes. They just didn't score themselves. The team just stinks. They have automatic entry though into the World Cup, so maybe that might be why.
Did you? So you guys did settle on what that is?
But what is?
Like, is it Canada?
Yeah. Canada, Mexico, and US are all automatically in.
Okay.
So cool. That's why Team USA and
it's funny. I heard something on that episode, and I swore I had heard it somewhere else before about Triple Crowns, and I can't remember exactly what it was.
Oh, it came up with Dylan and I in the MLB show. We were talking.
Oh, it did. Well, I thought I had heard the exact same. I thought I heard the same take somewhere else, and I was like, "Is this deja vu?"
It makes sense though because they have they have a bunch of random qualifying competition crap, but the U.S. is always involved. But them in Canada were doing friendlies yesterday. So
they got Gold Cup. They got Gold Cup coming up.
But the point is that usually was tied into some type of qualifying stuff, but now it's not. So Team USA is messing around with lineups.
Because they lost CONCACAF. So.
Yeah, they're messing around with lineups and stuff because they have nothing to actually play for at this point in time. But anyway, if you want to actually fade Team USA, you can. And you can also check out the actual platform from a ton of locations. Use crypto for all different payouts. Easy deposit with something for an account. Use the program SGPN to get a 1% match up to 1K. Terms and conditions apply. G promo code SGPN. Welcome back, everyone, to the MLB Gambling Podcast. Finish going through the 3 props that we have each for the Wednesday card. Time to move on into the best bets. Adam, what's your favorite play out of the 3 props you gave out? If you I haven't
given a robot power trend here.
Oh, I was going to save that for the underdog entry.
Oh,
so that's fine.
I like it.
But I was going to say it can be a player prop or a DP. What do you want to go for your best bet?
I think my best bet is I think I'm going to back the Luzardo under 2.5 earned runs.
Okay. And what was the price on that?
Minus 115.
Okay. For my best bet, it's either Moore or Scott. It's a tough one for me.
We have a lot in that game, but whatever you want.
I know.
I like it. I loved Moore last night.
I mean, Moore is significantly more likely to get pinch hit for than Scott is. And I think Scott has decent probability too, but he's got speed too. Moore has no speed, no talent.
Moore brings nothing to the table.
Brings nothing to the table, and he's been really bad in his last basically 30 plate appearances against lefties as well. So give me Moore. We'll go with less is more here. Give me the under half a hit.
Oh.
There we go. At minus 105. It's a great price. At minus 105.
It is a good price. Okay.
So I'll go with that as my best bet. And now moving on to the underdog entry, I do want to ask you first, is there anything from the Rhythm Power Trends that we want to use for this?
I see Trevor talking in the chat like he knows what he's talking about, but he may be onto something with Bubic. So I see AUD being like, Under Luzardo, he's trash. Well,
I took the over hits, so we can both. We're basically
figure out what you want.
going head to head here.
Like base it off of 2 starts or base it off the full body of work. If you don't lose velo, you're fine with me. I like this Bubik over 16.5 outs.
Okay.
Which would support.
Oh, they need him. Cameron died yesterday. It is a lefty back-to-back, but the Yankees woke up for one game. I'm not going to overreact.
Yeah.
What was it, the 9-hitter Wells had 5 RBIs yesterday?
By the way, did you see our no sweat? We won everything but Luis. That's so wild. Mm-hmm. That's why. That's not the leg I thought we were going to.
He had a monster game too. He had like a home. What do you have? A home run, double.
He had a home run and a double and a strikeout and a strikeout. So, I can't do anything about that. Like our read was completely right. Like
shout out to O'Neal Cruz, by the way, who had a classic O'Neal game. He had a home run with 2 strikeouts, and he went 1 for 4.
I don't know why I'm not seeing. Where's Oh, here it is on pitching props. Give me some Bubik. Yeah, I could sort of get into Bubik. I can get into Bubik here. Let me just see what his rate is. You look, guys, if you guys want to do, you guys can do the hits over, do whatever. I'm telling you,
we both can win
earned runs here.
So I'm fine with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the Bubik outs over here. He's people are only batting 240 against him 3rd time through the order, so I like that. So,
all right. So what do you say the outs?
Trevor, if you do that, hold on. If Trevor does this, the Yankees are priced like this. Like, what is this price? You're out. You're out of my friendship. You're out. I'm gonna delete your StreamYard account. All of it. Get out. Stop doing that stuff. You did it last year. I hate it. Don't do it. Anyway. So,
by the way, he said that it was uber affordable. Is it Uber or Lyft
right?
affordable?
He's saying it because he's like, why would they be priced this way? If the price in a way, just take the price. It's just that's the thing when people are like, oh, Vegas knows or something like this or whatever. Look, you know what? Like that doesn't exist. So
anyway. For baseball, I care a lot less about pricing.
Yeah.
So, like, there's an example if you want to go through it. Like the Twins are decent favorites today against the Rangers. Twins have been terrible. It's not really like
Rangers are way worse.
Correct, but they have won 3 in a row. They scored 16 runs yesterday. That counts.
Oh, did they? Good for them.
So they finally woke up. I think Higashioka had a whatever. But the point is, you have like Festa, who's like minus 140 against the Rangers, and it's like
that doesn't. Well, that's
like, well, I mean, like I don't know if I agree with that one. So I feel like pricing once again can be very inconsistent for baseball.
I think AO, by the way, sorry, he's the under 28.5 fantasy is a very good bet.
Yeah. So
that's the best. That's the best. I think that is the best way to play. In fact, I don't mind that for our underdog when we get there.
Okay. So we can talk about that too. But you wanted Bubic on the higher 16.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. So that'll work. That'll work for me.
Yeah. So we'll go with that. You want to throw in the Luzardo because we just brought it up?
Well, yeah, we never do fantasy points, right?
Yeah, we can do it.
So look, we both think that I don't think he shoves, but I think it's the Cubs aren't getting runs across against lefties. So let's do. Yeah, I like that lower 28.5 fantasy points.
Okay, we'll take that.
Good. Look at us venturing into your guys' nerd land. Okay, we took the Bubich higher 16.5 strikeouts, and then you want to do Scott no bases since we're going to take more.
Sure, that's fine. So there you go. And
wow, very clean. 6.
Okay.
Multiplier.
6 flat. So there you go.
6 flat.
That's going to be the underdog entry. We're trying out fantasy score. We'll see what happens. But, should be a fun card. A lot of day games. So don't forget to get your bets in quickly because you might forget when the game actually starts. Keep that in mind. But either way, Adam, anything else you want to add?
I am on my show that is my only non-SGPN show that I do, which is my own show, Dad's Bet Baseball, in about an hour and a half if people want to watch me.
Cool. So I'll be on the WNBA show in about 20 minutes with Terrell. Cool. So we got that going on. Nice. Anyway, until next time, find me on Twitter, Rush Radio. Find him on Twitter at Hey Rosenberg. Till next time, good luck to all of you and all of your bats. Bye, everyone.